I botched the initial recording that we had, so we're redoing this. We're redoing the thing. What's this? What is this? He picks up stuff from he picks up stuff from statues. Like, I don't want this. I'm gonna wear this hat. It's mine now.
Yo, you're poor now. You're poor now. You can't choose.
True.
Everything's been taken from you.
I mean,
So you gotta get what you got. What you gotta get what you can get.
yeah, true. I mean, look at him. All of his clothes are torn. So yeah, you are poor. All right, so we're looking at
You
the.
have better clothes when you're a ghost. So
Yeah.
there. So yeah, I like how you're able to do a honorable approach. You bow and stuff, and when you kill him, you still bow, right? So I'm gonna have a hard time choosing between a samurai and the ghost, if that's even a choice.
But yeah. I think there's different approaches. Like you said, the different approaches depend on. I hope
But
it doesn't. I hope it doesn't depend on the mission. You know what I mean?
no, because it doesn't make sense. How can you be honorable at one point and dishonorable the next? I think since it's a sucker, right? Since it's a sucker punch game, isn't that like the infamous meter, your karma, if you're
Yeah.
doing good or you're doing bad? Maybe it's the same thing. Maybe I'm not sure. I haven't really understood the narrative between a samurai and a ghost. See, flashy stuff. Why? Why? I came here alone. I'm a samurai. Shouldn't that you given you a clue that I'm something else? That I'm hot shit.
Yeah. God. I want to see. I want to see that. I want to see where you said, like, after I killed him, I bow. Holy fuck!
Oh wait. I think it's a dual part of it. Wait.
Holy shit! Did he
Yeah,
just?
but it's gonna show here.
Did he just?
Deflect bullets? Yeah, bullets. What? Deflect arrows? Yes, he did. Yeah.
Bullets?
And look how they get killed. It's different for everybody.
Oh
This
God!
guy just falls. And you can switch stances too. This is the water stance, I think.
On the fly? Holy
If I remember
shit!
it right.
Or in the middle of a
And look
middle
how
of a
he kills
combo?
this guy. Different death animation. Yeah.
Oh. Well, that was the same. But I don't like how, when you slash them in the chest, like everything
There.
splatters.
There.
Oh,
See? Bow.
he's just like, fuck you, man.
That's a nice touch.
Fuck you. You suck.
I told you, man. You stand there. I told you, man. I'm hot shit. I told you I'm dope, man. I told you I'm dope. You didn't believe me. You still stood in my way. I told you I'm dope, man. Now you did.
It's like that set from Dave Chappelle. He did the joke backwards. I told you I'm dope, man.
I told you I'm dope, man. I told you I'm dope. Boom! What do you give the punchline? Boom! Yeah. I told you I'm dope, man.
God. Yeah. But here, I think I would go. I think I would personally. I would go stealth. Like, there's no other way I would be able to play this game. But I would be missing out with those duels. I think, and as you described it earlier, it was really fucking funny.
And look at the he has an option though, which is interesting to me. He has a standoff option. So earlier with the samurai play style, right? You do a standoff, you do the honorable thing, you bow and whatnot, right? Then the ghost style still has a standoff option, but you never get to use it because what's the point of being a ghost, right? So
well,
let me bow to you when you're dead. So
well, you get to brag, like, see, I turn into a ghost. I'm still hot shit, yo. It's the same thing.
You never saw it, but I'm telling you, I'm dope, man. I'm dope. You never saw it, but I'm dope.
Oh goddamn! Holy fuck! Yeah,
And this is fantastic stuff. Like you are never at a disadvantage with the right tools. Smoke bomb, and still alive after that stealth kill attempt. Throw a shuriken or a kunai.
Mhm.
Same thing with these two, and then, man, I told you, dog. I'm hot shit. You should have believed me. There, you're dead. They're afraid of you. Like
They're crawling on the ground like I'm
I
hot
told
shit.
you, dog.
Like.
Oh, shit. All right, man. I believe you. And then you just end them. Too late.
Thanks. Die. Holy fuck.
Too late.
But I already see
There's
myself.
some verticality.
Yeah, that's just one.
A ghost.
I think that's just one. Like that's one part. What are you looking at? Dies. God damn, that's nasty. I mean, I like the savage way that he's killing like an assassin here. I really like it. But I also like, now you're giving me the same problem. Like I also like the way that the honorable
The samurai plays. I told you, dog.
You're giving me a
Dog,
whole lot
I'm
of shit to think
alone.
of. Ooh.
Right, I'm alone. That should tell you something. I'm alone. I came here, and you're still going to deal with me like this? Dog, I'm hot shit. Like you're gonna die.
I came with a horse. That's it. Just a horse.
I'm here. I bowed. I did everything I did. I'm supposed to. I'm a samurai.
But yeah,
All right, that's fine. He has nicer things when he's a ghost. when you play it back, he has nicer things when he's a ghost. I'm going samurai. It's you started from the bottom to hot shit levels.
I think he just steals his samurai armors.
You start poor. See, look at that. Look at shabby. Look at the shabby stuff. Right? Nothing fancy. Look, the straw cape.
This was the
nothing says poverty like a straw cape. And a straw hat. Jesus Christ.
That's the hat he stole from the statue.
From the statue. Let me fix it a little bit. Can't be fighting people with holes in my hat.
Yeah, but this was the outfit that we saw in the first trailer, right? Or the first gameplay reveal, yeah. And
yeah, he has a straw.
What was your opinion on that? Like, we've played like exciting looking characters like Sekiro, exciting looking characters like Solid Snake. Like when you first see them in a reveal of a game, you're like, yeah, man, that looks nice. Yeah, man, Sekiro.
And
holy shit! And then there's this straw dude strapped with a horse. like,
and who knows where he got the horse?
Yeah,
who knows how healthy the horse is?
Flaunting his poverty all over the screen, and it's like, holy shit!
So right, you kind of feel for him. Dude, we gotta get those Mongols, dog. They took everything from you, man. Your clothes, your horse. You are stealing hats.
And they got a list like your family, your straws, your
straw farm. I don't know.
your slippers, the thing that you hook your fish to. Holy
they took
shit.
everything from you, man. We gotta get him back. We gotta do something.
Alright, so let's look at the ghost. He lost
look at the ghost stuff, man.
He lost his hat. Look. He starts out without a hat.
For some real cape.
Right? He starts out without a hat, gets a hat, gets a better hat. He lost it again. Holy shit.
Nasty hat again. And then he finally gets some samurai armor. Alright, I like it. I like that. But look at that stuff the ghost has. What the hell? He has nice stuff.
He does. Wait. Yeah, let's go to this
He
one.
even has a he has the best mask. The heck?
I think it's like is it like what do you call it? Oni mask, right?
I forgot what they call it. It's different. From the pre-orders, right? It comes with a mask. They call it something else.
It's like,
Just the collector edition comes with a mask.
I'm already seeing the list. Like, okay, pre-order now, and you get something else.
You get a straw.
A straw cape and something else.
You have to assemble it yourself. There are instructions you weave. No.
Holy!
I understand you now. It's revenge. Let's get him. Let's get him back. Get you now.
Oh Jesus! My last question for you for this game is: are you getting it on release?
I might not. Not because I don't like it. Because I made the mistake of getting the LE edition for Last of Us Part 2, and that's gonna cost me a pretty penny. So, yeah, because of financial reasons, I might not get it on launch. But I have no problem seeing you play it on stream. I have no problem seeing gameplay from you, so it's all good. I can play it whenever.
Also, yeah, I'll let you borrow it for sure. Like,
No, I thought you were gonna get it digital.
Yeah, I can let you borrow it. It's a family share it for you.
Like, family share, right?
For whatever reason, yeah, sure. Or I could just put my account in your PS4 and then just play it whenever you want.
Right.
No, we're not sharing Sony. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I don't think Sony has a problem with us sharing. They made a point of humiliating Microsoft about sharing.
True,
right?
True. Yeah, I will be getting this on launch date. Just because it looks epic to me. That's
especially this. I think this didn't need to be said, but I appreciate it anyway. It could have been Japanese by default. Because it's Japanese. It's a Japanese game, God damn it.
Yeah, but you have some people out there saying, like, what? I can't understand.
Have a hard time with subtitles? Okay.
I can't understand what you're
then
saying.
Don't get a Japanese game, yo. Then don't get a Japanese game.
But I got swords and blades and killing people. I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
Here's an accent. You know what? Here's an accent. Draw his sword. You know what? You Mongols, right? I reckon you Mongols never really fully understood what is going on in our backyard. Now draw your sword. We gotta fight.
And the Mongols will go like, holy shit! This is just so wrong doing these things. But I can't even do it.
They have the same accent, but they don't understand you. Right? They have the same accent, but they don't understand you. What is he saying, man? I can't speak Japanese. But what is he saying? Does he want to fight? He came alone. Draw your sword. I'm gonna fight you with honor.
Alright. But yeah, I'm pretty excited.
When you're a ghost yesterday.
I'm pretty
Never
excited
saw me coming, man. I'm sorry, it's a sucker punch. I'm disrespecting the work. I'm disrespecting the effort. No.
But I would pay good money to get that kind of voice.
I want to taste steel. You want to taste steel, asshole? Your sword pushing with a southern drawl. Hey, you setting us free or what? I'm about to. No, don't worry, I'm about to.
All right. Okay. So yeah. Highly anticipated for me. Ed is financially screwed over getting this game.
Yeah, I screwed myself.
Yes.
It's not because it's not because it's not good to me. I've been hyped. The first time I saw it, it just was. I thought that I've seen it over and over, right? Oh, dude, it's another counter game. It's another slash counter button prompts and whatnot. It's gonna be another one of those things. So the first time I wasn't that drawn to it, but then watching state of play, watching how meticulous the detail, um, their attention to detail, to the culture, to how to immerse you, the creative ways for you to get around, right? The guide, how the system guides you into certain locations. Now I'm pretty pumped, right?
Yeah.
It's just
The
that Ellie,
the
buying Ellie is expensive.
you get a backpack though. You get a backpack, so that's all good.
I get a backpack, yeah,
But yeah, the
and her bracelet that I will never wear.
but yeah, the exploration in this game is gonna be good. I just hope that it's not like an empty. You know how open worlds get sucked into. Well, me, I get sucked into these open
Mhm.
worlds where it's just really big. That's
I think it's going to be.
yeah. No.
I think it's going to be a bit empty
Yeah, a bit
because
empty.
it's war, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be a bit empty, but stylistically, in terms of style, it's gonna fit,
Yeah, I know what you mean, but
right?
but when you play like something like Red Dead Redemption, right? It's a big world. It's a big world, but you have shit going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, something like that.
and things progress. What I like, or what I can't see people being able to imitate with Red Dead Redemption, is that when you see something being built, when time passes, when you come back to it, it starts taking shape, and then it's a new building,
Yeah,
right? Things
for the
progress,
time skip, right?
right? Things affect it. Well, so let's see how the island of Tsushima holds up to.
If they do have
Um,
those time skips, it probably would change drastically. But I don't know.
mm,
I don't know if there are time skips with that game. He gets poorer, I
that's true.
guess. They take more shit from him, I guess. So
You get poorer. Well, the Mongols get more powerful. You're just, dude, what do I have to do? when you liberate a province or a certain area, right? When you liberate it, and, a couple of hours in, and then take it back. Oh, dude, like, what do I have to do? You get mugged at night when you sleep, right? When you rest, you get mugged at night. When you wake up, you're back to one sword. Your mask is gone. Oh, dude, no.
and you're back to stealing stuff from Mongols and shit.
The odds are stacked against you. Like, you can't win, dude. They're gonna say, "Yo, historically, you never won," and then you go, "Ah, dude, no."
But he has, he's hot shit. So we'll see.
He's not shit.
We'll see. All right. So the next thing that we have on the list is has been in controversy for a while, and I think you already know what this is. I think I have some. No, I don't. All right.
Controversy. Controversy in video games? What?
That's something new. We've never heard of
That's
controversy.
something new. Controversy in video games? What?
Holy shit! All right. So,
What nonsense are you speaking?
So we are less than a month out. Right? Less than a month. Less than a month out.
Yeah.
Okay, so this discussion is pretty much from me who's seen the leaks. I'm not gonna talk about it here because out of respect for my friend Ed, to because he didn't look at the leaks. Um,
Yeah, that's true. And he has no respect for you guys. So
I just, okay. I stayed away. I stayed away from people who are looking to play this game, and they're telling me that, hey,
mm,
dude, I don't want to hear about the leaks or whatever. And like, sure, I understand.
mhm,
So I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm not even gonna tell you what I think about the game now. But I'm just
mhm.
gonna talk about the progression, like the anticipation, the build up. Like, when was this? When did we first play this? 2012, 2013? No, 2012,
The
right?
first Last of Us
Yeah,
is was it 20? Was that that long ago? Um,
because you gotta remember 20. Yeah, I think it was 2013.
13. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
13.
2013. Um, the way I played this game, or the way I first played this game was not because I had a PlayStation 3. I borrowed yours, and I asked, like, hey, can I play this game? He said yes, and it was pretty exciting. I fell in love with the world, and back then everything was new, right? Like, zombie shit wasn't so
Wasn't
saturated.
overplayed.
Yeah, it wasn't a
Hmm.
saturated market in terms of media. Uh, but now, looking at this, like, see that, like, when I see a zombie do that, I'm pretty sure I saw a zombie do that in uh, a mobile game, or or a PC game, or a console game. But you had interesting things to say about it. So we talked about it last night too. Um, you said that you were excited about this regarding you know the plot, right? The plot of the characters.
Yeah, because to me it wasn't a prime. It wasn't. The first Last of Us wasn't about the zombies. The zombies are what controls, and it wasn't the zombie that controlled the narrative to me. It was the relationship between right and the people they meet along the way. This one, the threat, the threat isn't it's not the situation, right? It's about revenge, about people that have emotions, people that have that play that means something to somebody else, right? So I talked to you about this before, that I'm really interested how it affects you as a player, people that you interact with, the people that or the people that are in your way are integrated in a system. Like, they know each other, they have names, they mean something to somebody, and when you kill something, they get affected by that, right? So are you going to just be a vengeance machine, or are you going to reassess how you approach the game, right? So I'm curious on multiple levels how it's going to be, because now you don't have a helping hand, right? Joel isn't there to save you anymore. Now you foster relationships. So this goes to me, right? And I get what you're saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, over and
Yeah.
over again. But to me, it's not a zombie game. It's a people it's a people trying to survive kind of game for me, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah. Yeah.
you have this community, right? You have this community, but how long will it last, right? Because the threat is not just the zombie or whatever is what do they call it here? Infected, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
not just the infected. It would be other people too, right? So it's multiple threats, and the narrative is, I just want revenge. I want revenge. But as you as a player, would you see it that way? Would How would it affect you, like the journey, right? Um, is it going to be just a tale of revenge for you personally, right? Versus as opposed to when you're exposed to all of this, when you're exposed to that, especially in this day and age where it's so relatable. Like, it might happen, you know. What's scary about The Last of Us isn't like the number of enemies that you face. It's how realistic it could be. because it's mushrooms and whatnot, chemical reaction and whatnot, and
Yeah, it
and
was
the things that
based
we're
on.
seeing now.
It's based on what was it? Like the insect that could, was it an insect? I forgot. Or parasite. Sorry, not an insect. A parasite that could take over your head, right?
Hmm. Yeah, so how the threat here is how realistic or how close we are to something like this. So my interest with The Last of Us, and you know this, right? The first one is definitely in my top five, right? The story, how well crafted it was, the direction, the characters' performance, the voice acting, right? So it's top notch game, and to see the sequel, the sequel try to not play it safe and rely on the success of the first one, be its own,
Game.
what's a good word for it, its own game, sure, right. And what I like about this is, unlike other Naughty Dog games, they're affected by time, right? If you look at Nathan Drake, oh man, I'm 50 years old, I can still kick your ass and I can still parkour things, right? Nathan Drake doesn't seem to be affected by time at all. But for The Last of Us, you can see like Joel is aged. Ellie, Ellie's 19 years old in this game, and when you see her, her she physically, I mean, her body takes a toll. You know, she gets punished. She gets her how you move changes based on how much punishment she gets, right? So that's what I like about this. Like, they thought of everything in terms of how to craft a story. That's what caught my attention when I first saw Joel. Dude, what happened to you? Like when you see Drake and the um, three Uncharted games, he barely changed. He barely ages. He can still do the same shit. Right? He can take as much punishment in the third game as he could in the first game. Right
Yeah.
here, so it's what? It's been what? Um,
5 years.
Ellie
So,
was it five? Is it 5 years? 5 years. But look at what it's done to Joel, right? How much the environment has changed him. So
yeah,
it's
and
just a
he
really well crafted.
he also suffered like a really
Yeah, go
nasty
go for it.
fall, right? Remember that part in
Yeah, yeah,
the first
yeah.
one?
From the first, yeah, yeah,
So
from
that
the
that
first game.
that
So
probably
right,
plays a part. Yeah.
hmm
Holy shit.
right. So there.
Yeah, I get you, man.
I've seen a lot of comments. I've seen a lot of comments. I think one of the reasons why people want to stay away from it is because of the circumstances nowadays, right? It's too bleak. It's too you're adding like negativity to something that's already negative in our circumstance, right? So I understand why people are staying away from it, but dude, for me, June 19 can get here fast enough, you know?
Yeah. Cuz
It's
cuz
we have
you're
been streaming. Yeah, go for it.
cuz you've been a fan of this game for the longest time, and I never really I never really saw the draw to it. Like we had a conversation, I
Mm,
remember, way back when I started
mm,
playing. I was playing BioShock Infinite, and we
yeah.
compared both of these games. Well, one of which was, like I said, like in terms of story and the narrative, I would go for BioShock Infinite over The Last of Us. But I never played The
And
Last of Us.
looking yeah. And looking at it now, I looking at it now, I would think that I did very poorly in that argument because I never got to play BioShock Infinite at that point in time.
Yeah, you
So
and
there's no
yeah,
comparison,
yeah. It was
right?
hard for
So
us to compare both of our
mm,
comments because I never played Last of Us. You never played BioShock Infinite, but you know
Yeah, I'm
when
gonna be biased. Yeah, so
yeah.
it was a poor argument at that point in time.
Yeah, but now that I've played both, finished both, of course, well, spoiler warnings. You know, if you haven't played the first Last of Us, what the hell have you been doing? It's one of the best games
Hmm.
that have come out of Naughty Dog, and I would vouch for it every time. The intro, from the intro to the ending, it's just
Man.
pretty. It just tugs not just to your heartstrings, but everything. It tugs your guts. It tugs everything,
Hmm.
and it is just beautiful. And looking at the argument that we had before and now, I would say, hey, you know, um, you're right. You were right. The Last of Us is a hell of a lot better game compared to this. And granted that we were both talking about games that had that were very very strict and linear towards the story progression. Um,
Yeah.
it's still ways better than Bioshock Infinite for me. And like okay, so right now I'm talking about The Last of Us one because I have my
Hmm.
own reservations for The Last of Us 2 just because I once again I've seen the leaks, I've read about them, and I'm in between talking about that, and yeah, actually I'm about to get into whatever spoiler, so I'm just gonna stop talking. But my expectations going into this before I saw the leaks was,
Hmm.
it was gonna be a very very big um uh change. Like we were talking about this before, like Joel's gone. He's dead. And what we saw during that teaser was
The teaser.
he was a
Yeah, that was
remember
my
that
first
the one
first
with
reaction. He's dead.
Ellie playing the guitar, and I agreed
Playing the
with you.
guitar. Yeah.
That's but in from the recent trailers, I think um we're still off, and we were really off from what we thought
Yeah.
before.
Because if you think about it, right, now that we have time to digest all of that information, if you think about it, killing Joel now is lazy. Like, I mean, what I mean by that is if you start The Last of Us 2 and
Mhm.
Joel is dead, that's just lazy. It's just too easy, you know. Like, all
Well,
right, so that's cheap drama. You just want to put drama for the sake of drama,
but
right? So,
if I were
if
if I was the one telling the story, which what was it, Amy something, the person who was actually writing story for Naughty Dog before, she's gone now, right? She's not
I
writing
think
for them.
I think Amy is for Uncharted. Amy Fudgekins. I forgot her last name. Amy.
Something, something else.
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm sorry. We we
Amy.
we should have our own. I
All right.
can't.
You're right. Right. Amy Hennig. Last
Amy
of
Hennig.
Us. Right. 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 Right.
Right. So she wrote. I know she wrote. I remember reading from the past few weeks that they want her to come back. That's one of the things. And as you said earlier, um, you understand why people are trying to stay away from this
Hmm.
because of all the negativity. Um, yeah, I kind of see that too. I absolutely see that. But hopefully, hopefully we're wrong because I want this franchise to be big. Like,
And I
uh,
read an interesting article.
mhm. Hold up. You froze. All right, now I've started recording, and I'm so afraid that if we talk about what we talk about before I started recording, you might freeze again. So let's skip that and go to final thoughts on. Oh, by the way, we have different clothes. Or are you wearing the same shirt?
No,
All right,
no, I'm
cool.
wearing the
I
same
don't. I
shirt.
just don't remember. um. So
Um,
yeah, we had technical problems, so we had to stop. It was 5 a.m. in the morning, and now we have different clothes, washed up, we've cleaned up, and yeah. So to end this, not to end this episode, but to end this topic, final thoughts and whatever for The Last of Us Two,
Ooh.
including all of the news that came out for it. Like I'm not gonna say the A word, but that including that, including that.
Is this is going to be this is going to change the approach for everything. Because like what I mentioned, right? I kept on freezing, but there are some folks who, based on some sleuthing or some game journalism or whatnot, there are some
True.
folks who wants this to fail, right? That's interesting because um, people want to change the culture. So it's not just it's not just if this is going to be successful. How is it going to shape morale moving forward? You know, for
Not
Naughty Dog,
not just
like.
for Naughty Dog, but basically, um, since this shook a lot of studios probably and developers, they probably would look at it as an example, most likely. Yeah, well, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah, because if it's a double-edged sword. If this becomes a highly successful, even more successful than the first one, but um, it encourages crunch culture,
Hmm.
right? Then what the change people want never come to be, right? And if it bombs and it changes the culture, how is it going to be for the fans? No matter how you slice it, somebody loses, you know?
True,
So
that is true.
we're going to get an amazing game, but if it becomes successful, the employees or people who put in ridiculous hours, people who put in like just
Who stayed
inhumane
late? Like
hours.
who stayed really late at work? And we all know that they're gonna make money once they sell the game, right? Like more money
Hmm.
when they sell the game. So I don't know. I don't know.
So this is gonna be interesting how the numbers shape
Oh, would you
the future of the company.
do you think it would outsell? It would sell the same
The first one.
as the first one, or even compare it to well, Final Fantasy VII Remake is PlayStation exclusive at the moment, right?
Yeah, I think for a couple of months, if not a year.
Right. So what I'm thinking is that it's the fastest selling game right now for the PlayStation. So do you think it would sell? Do you think TLOU 2, given the controversies and all that stuff, would sell the same? Well, not the same, but come close to it. Or do you
Mm,
think it would exceed it?
I think so. I think so. Um,
I like how your
because I'm thinking about it, right? What are the properties that Final Fantasy VII beat? We got Spider-Man, which
Mhm.
is the first of its kind. What I mean is it didn't follow anything. It's not a sequel, it's an existing property, but the game itself is like
New. It's like
the first, right? It's the
kind of new.
first of the series,
Hmm.
right? And then there's God of War, which is an existing series but a reimagining of it all. So I'm trying to see. And then there's Final Fantasy, which is an existing property, a remake, yeah.
Hmm.
So if those would be your top three, right? I'd say The Last of Us has a fighting chance because it came from a highly successful first game, and then people just really have plenty of time to play now, right? As opposed to, because I think if given normal circumstances, Final Fantasy might not have necessarily beaten those two, Spider-Man or God of War. It would still be top three, right?
Hmm.
Maybe top two, the fastest selling, right? But because people have plenty of time, people have access to digital content, so
It'll be easier, right? It'll be easier.
it'll be easier, right? As opposed to you being able to take your time. I just get it later. I have work. I have stuff to do,
Yeah,
right?
nobody's
So
got 40 hours to sink into one game. Like I ain't got no time for this. I like Cloud, but you
yeah,
know.
and yeah, especially for a game that's nostalgia driven, right? So because I'm looking at it like God of War gave you a completely revamped Kratos. I hated that character. Jesus. From the first few games, 1, 2, 3, and the other I don't know,
Mhm.
the PSP ones. I forgot. Chains of Olympus, was it? I forgot. Um, I hated that character, but the reimagining, right? The completely different direction of um the latest installment, was pretty good. Was pretty interesting to me. So I'm seeing it like, if Final Fantasy, which is a remake, was able to beat those two, now that people still kind of have some time, now that some restrictions are being lifted, but essentially people
Still
still have
stay
time,
at home, yeah.
I think it can. I think it can beat Final Fantasy as the fastest one.
Okay. I again, I like the first one. I keep going back to
Mm,
that because that's
mm-hmm,
that's gonna be my go-to for the entire post-apocalyptic zombie genre. That's what's my go-to. I used to have Resident Evil, but Resident Evil
mm,
for me is kind of cheesy now, so I'm sticking with The Last of Us as my number one most, you know, if you're gonna look at a zombie thing or a zombie post-apocalypse thing, I would recommend The
mm-hmm.
Last of Us. You know, most of the time, that's gonna be what you're what you should look into for a baseline for the best. Baseline for the best. Wait, um, how do I say this? I'm losing words. Help me out here. Um,
Your benchmark.
benchmark. There you go. I'm losing words. Like it's falling off of my head. Holy shit. Yeah, my benchmark for that kind of genre. So, given that and everything that I've heard about Last of Us 2, my take on it would be it won't be the top. It won't get to the
Ooh,
top. It won't get to the top, and
okay.
it won't get close to the same numbers as, let's
Those
say,
three.
uh yeah, Spider-Man or even God of War.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
God of War.
It would still sell a lot. Like I'm guessing it's gonna go uh a million copies to 2 million copies at least. It's gonna be successful. There are
Mm.
people who want to play this game, and there are people who saw the leaks, who didn't like the game, but would still buy it just to say shit about it, right? So it's still
Didn't
gonna
buy
make
it.
money.
I don't believe it.
They'll-
Because think about it, right? What is The Last of Us built on, right? So if you put in the leaks, if you put in those information, granted, I don't know I don't know what those are. For video gamers, it's not necessarily some of the plot points. It's how
Wait,
you go from A to B,
hold up.
B to C.
Do you see this?
Why?
Oh, there you go. Never mind. Because it's spelled like Omi. Oh, that's the reason I said.
What?
Do you see the screen?
What?
Do you see the video? The YouTube video that I'm sharing right now.
Oh, okay.
So I was looking at the PlayStation, and underneath that was Omi. It's here.
Oh,
So it's like, what the hell is Omi? So can I click on it? It shows home.
it's home.
Yeah, but it's Omi. God damn it. Okay, so Last of Us Part 2 State of Play. This was 2 days ago. Okay, sorry. We were talking about Last of Us, and I was playing. I had Final Fantasy in the background, so I haven't actually seen the State of Play yet. So this would be a good exposure for me. I wonder if
You gotta add. If it's the first time, is this the first time you've seen this?
yes, this is the first time I've seen this. Because like I
Oh,
told
yeah.
you, I've seen the leaks, right? Like a few hours after they came out, I was a holy shit.
If this is the first time you've seen this, put in some audio. Sorry, from from Neil Druckmann.
I'm leaving tomorrow.
I like Ellie's hair though.
Smart. We
This is
believe in Jackson.
Story trailer,
So they just get to get
but
away
they're going
with this.
gameplay.
How'd you find us?
To be
Stop this.
to be honest, I feel like this is grittier than any zombie post-apocalypse thing I've ever seen, whether it be in movies, series, right?
Because this is personal. This is personal. The first one, you kind of let it go, right? It's like what's this? Joel during the first one. Spoilers if anybody hasn't
Played it yet, yeah.
Right. So the first one was a mission.
I have to finish.
It starts off as a mission, right? Joel didn't even want to get attached to Ellie at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Here, I think the whole it all starts with something. Look at that. That's intense,
We could
man.
have killed you.
Right? So,
You should have.
it starts off as really personal. There's this angry kid looking for people.
I'm Neil
There.
Druckmann, Vice President of Naughty Dog and the Director. of The
Commentary
Last of Us Part
from
2. We're just a few
Neil
weeks away from
Druckmann.
launch on June 9th.
Let's see. I don't know. I
Like,
just
what's this? There's some gameplay mechanics that people
Mhm.
I think would enjoy because it's not as
but it's beautiful.
it's
Well,
still it's within the realms of realism.
It's really beautiful. Holy shit.
Yeah, it is.
It's not like when you first played The Last of Us, like the first game. I mean, look at this. It really hits you in your face with the world, the environment. It's not as condensed as the first one, right? It seems like this
Oh,
one you feel like you're a little bit more free. You know what I mean? Like the sense of exploration
why-
is there.
That's why I'm saying that it's going to outsell those three: Spider-Man, God of War, and Final Fantasy, because how they're selling this or their approach to this, it's the most ambitious Naughty Dog game to date. So if you enjoy close quarters, if you enjoy the linear storytelling of Naughty Dog games, then you're going to want to check this out. I mean, curiosity would sell this game,
Sure.
right? So what are you talking about? Like, how big is this going to be? Like, how different is this going to be from? Because you said that with Uncharted, right? So it's larger in scale compared to the first three.
Mm-hmm.
It's an ambitious game, right? And the production value is top notch. You said that. You said that about
Oh wait.
Uncharted.
Do you see?
4.
Do you see this? Oh, hold on. Let me go back a little bit. Do you see this one? Where the guy with the dog? Have you read the article about that?
What about the dog?
Yeah.
What do you mean about the dog?
So apparently, like you said, this is personal, right? And every kill that you do has like impact on the world. So GameStop came out with something to advertise The Last of Us 2 for. I was guess it was GameStop. Again, we are very, very loose with the sources that we have. I'm just coming in here. Next video, I promise we'll have links to all of the sources that we got. I promise that. But for now, just have to take our word for it. But yeah, dogs have names in this
Take
game.
it with a grain of salt.
We'll take it with a grain of salt.
Take it with a jar of salt.
Right. So every dog here has like a name. Like if it has a companion, like a human companion, it has a name. And the dogs will try to fucking kill you.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
And if you kill that dog, if you kill the dog, and then the owner sees it, the owner's gonna cry in tears. Like, it's just killing dogs. And I own a dog, and
Yeah. So since you are going to
oh shit, it's
since you're
harsh.
going to watch that off stream, you're gonna see a lot of that here. State of play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm getting ready. After seeing every beagle, not every, but all of the beagles that I can take with Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, this is gonna be horrifying for me. Man, I enjoyed that. I enjoyed seeing that beagle in F7.
And that's the thing, right? How effective would it be in putting you in Ellie's shoes and
Transferring
would
that,
you be able to
yeah,
separate being a dog lover as opposed to somebody who's just trying to get from one point to the other, looking for justice, right? Because dogs in this game will hunt you down.
yes,
Dogs in this game
they
will
will
pick up your
smell
scent,
you. Yeah,
will pick you up and then try to hunt you down, right? So I'm curious how it would try and separate you as a dog lover, a pet lover, as opposed to
I don't know.
being looking at the bigger picture. So that will be interesting to see.
Yeah, you're not gonna see. You're not gonna see me play this. You're not gonna see me play this. And then there's like a beagle somewhere. Like, oh, you shit.
I'll be there in your most private moment when you're playing it, right? I'll be there at the corner of your window. I'll be like peeking, and you will, what the fuck you doing? How did you get there? And I'll be like, I told you, dog. I'm gonna be there.
And the problem with that is I don't know. I don't know if there would be a chance. If there were chances where I had no choice but to kill a dog, I don't know if I could take it. I don't know if it would be something that I would use a digital gun. I know it's like reality, but it's not real. But reality in my head displaying and saying, I can't do this. I won't do this. Like, holy shit.
But you know what? They also talked about how you traverse the world.
Yeah,
Talked
exactly.
about the new ways that you can go around the environment, and
Mhm.
Ellie can jump now. Jesus. So it's like you're Nathan Drake Jr., right? So right, it kind of showed it a little bit because you
Nathan
can
Drake
use the
Jr.
rope. Yeah, because I don't know a 19-year-old who can go about things like that, right? Who have no problems taking out people the way Ellie does in this game.
Well, she
Right? So
does.
I don't know any 19-year-old in video game history.
She did grow up in
that
this kind of
does
world,
something.
so she had to adapt.
I know.
Right.
I know she learned, right? She learned, but if you think about it, she's 19, man. What are we doing when we were 19?
Probably doing,
Right?
locking ourselves inside our rooms and um, I think it was magazines.
Right,
We
right.
didn't
And little
have.
magazines and a little reverberation and whatnot. But yeah,
Yeah.
um, right. She's 19, and already her goal is for us. What? It's getting through first years of college, right?
Mhm.
But her goal
It's to live.
or what she's thinking of is to no revenge, right? She's going to go away from every comfort that she has known to look for revenge. That is um that is outlandish to me, right?
Mm.
For somebody who has just hit adolescence or as a young adult, and your end game is to go and destroy these people who made your life a living hell, right? That is fascinating narrative to me.
Remember when we first talked about the ending of The Last of Us, how it was such
Yeah,
a
yeah.
fucking cliffhanger
It
of a
could not,
moment.
but for me, it could not happen any other way,
Sure.
right? It has to happen that way. Joel, spoilers again. If you haven't played it, I'm giving you fair warning now. I'm gonna talk about the ending. Spoilers, spoiler alert. You had your chance. You had your chance to pause, or you had your chance to forward this to a couple of minutes from now, right? So Joel would lie to Ellie about people finding the cure, or at least people finding a better candidate than Ellie. That there are a lot of people like Ellie who's immune to the infection, right? So I could not see it ending any other way. That is liter um a literary masterpiece to me, right? Because not only is there like tension when it comes to
Mhm.
trust now, but it sets up so many elements for the sequels and the sequels to come. Let's say there's a part 3. I doubt it, but let's pretend that there's a part 3,
Depending on how this
right?
ends, depending on
So
how this ends, because revenge is never a resolution. Remember,
it's true.
it's never something that gets resolved. Like when we talk about, there's always that cycle. It's a cycle
Uh-huh.
of wanting to hurt someone that hurt you, right? So
Right.
how would this end?
It
If it was,
it's a cycle.
it didn't turn out revenge. It didn't feel like it was gonna be revenge after the ending of the first one. It was open to interpretation on what the second one was gonna be, because the
No, it's about
ending.
revenge because of the events here. It's not going to be like it's not a carryover from the first film. It's a revenge because of what happened here. But what I'm saying is, I don't feel there's going to be a new one because there's a possibility. Again, I have never seen the leaks. I've never seen the narrative when it comes to the story. There's a possibility that Ellie will fail, right? She's 19, up against highly trained folks. So the mechanics of the gameplay allows you to survive, but not dominate.
All right, right,
Right?
right.
You get to
Um,
stealth
we're
kill.
we're
You get
getting
to
to we're getting to a point where I might not be able to hold it in talking about it's gonna get too spoilery.
okay. Okay. All
So
right.
right,
I'm
because
alive.
yeah, so yeah, given that whole revenge story, it's yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't know how this one is gonna end, but depending on how this ends, I probably feel like people will clamor for another sequel. Because we can't have a prequel to this. What is it? A normal life?
Growing up, your tender years, learning about the birds and the bees.
Yeah, no, you play as Joel, and then you court your girl, and then
You're teaching,
oh wait, if there
and then
was a
they, oh
prequel,
yeah, yeah.
the saddest part of the prequel would be that you get to see your wife die, right? And then it all leads up to the intro for The Last of Us Part
The
One.
first one. But
That
how
was sweet.
boring would that be? There's no problem. That was sweet. That was sweet.
That was sweet.
Well, because he's into different jobs, right?
Yeah.
He's into contract work, right? So how boring would that be? Mission, your first mission, sign the contract. Didn't work out so well. Look for another contract. So
Oh Jesus. That's not good.
super prequel. All of us.
All of us.
All of us.
Yeah, you have to have the in front just to make it
All of
right. But yeah, depending on how all of this ends, then yeah, I would see I would definitely know.
You're gonna
Hey, there's-
expect a third one.
I'm gonna expect a third one depending on how all of this ends. All right. So that's it, I guess, for The Last of Us. I don't want to. We're done with this, and
Oh my god, I can't wait for June 19th.
yeah.
And it's still May. We talked about it, right? I wanted to sleep, and when I wake up, it's June. Now it's still May. Time is slower this time around. Holy smokes.
The next thing that we wanted to talk about, like, let me just close this out and let me just save that. Let's just save that right here. So I'm gonna watch that later. The games that I wanted to talk about, and then again, you know, it was this yesterday, right? It was this yesterday, and I'm gonna just loop this so that you know you keep on playing.
Still the goddamn controller.
Yeah, for now it's still the damn controller, but I like I like it.
I want to know the thought process behind this advertising strategy. I want to know the thought process because this is like really slow. I want to see what it looks like, right? So this is like really slow. It's still the controller, god damn it. So I hope the fourth one we finally get to see what it looks like.
I guess a lot of what?
Then June 4, they're going to talk about we have a new color for you. No, it's still a controller.
What if it's just a controller? You know,
Assassin's Creed Valhalla controller for.
we got publisher controller. So this controller is for Capcom. Yeah, they got the blue.
Are you a fan? Are you? Are you a Ubisoft fan? We got a Ubisoft controller for you.
Jesus.
We're still stuck with the controller, and you get another Mark Cerny tech specs for the controller.
It also has an SSD. The fastest one.
Technical talk, right? It's not meant for the general public. Just technical talk for the controller.
Oh god. Holy fuck. No, I don't.
Sorry, I mean no disrespect. Right?
Yeah,
I mean no
I'm
disrespect.
excited.
Mark Cerny.
We're both excited about it. We mean no ill.
I mean no disrespect. Great, it's an awesome dude. Like really smart and whatnot. But that presentation, remember that?
Yeah.
People are expecting something that they can absorb, something they can understand, and here comes, something you don't understand. Oh no, so what's happening here? It was meant for GDC, right? So...
Yeah, it was meant for the what do you call this? The people who wanted to invest on this one.
The developers and whatnot, and that's what you get. And on June 4 is just Mark Cerny again talking about the technical specs of the controller.
God damn. I don't know. Right. So let's just get the PS5 shit out of the way. Right. Let's get that out of the way. And
Yeah. What do you think?
What do you think? All right. A little bit of games. I don't think they're gonna show everything. Like it's going to be before it releases. To get more people, they're gonna like 2 months or a month before it comes out. They'll be like, oh, by the way, we have all of this other shit, right? We have this is what you got, and this right here, all of this pretty shit right here. This is what you get to, or what you get to. Yeah, I'm thinking that's what they're gonna do. It's like right before everything sells, and then there would be crunch for people who want to buy it. Like it's gonna be out of stock everywhere, and it's gonna be a horrible experience, especially with the new normal. So I don't know how that's gonna happen. I will be at Data Blitz Mega Mall like 4 a.m. It's like I'll be there waiting in line at 4 a.m. and it'd be like 70 people already there before me. Oh, damn. I'm pretty sure that's gonna happen.
You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking, and I could be wrong, it could be very wrong. I'm thinking Horizon 2. I don't think it's gonna be Horizon Zero Dawn because it's way too long. Horizon Zero Dawn 2. The new Horizon. Like, Horizon 2. That's what I'm thinking.
Horizon 2.
It's been a while. That's what I'm thinking.
It could be New Horizon. No, that sucks. That's cheesy. It's cheesy.
New Horizon 1 Dusk.
I'm excited.
Horizon
I'm
2.
excited for not for existing IPs. I mean, I'm excited for new ones. Like, I know part 2 is coming, and I'm hoping, of course, my heart is hoping that part 2 of Final 7 remake would be a launch title for the PlayStation 5. That would be great. But I'm excited for the new IPs. Like, what are we gonna get? A vampire that's in the modern age, swinging or flying around the city. No, not Masquerade, but remember 1886.
Oh yeah, the stylistic one.
We deserve a better, a good version of that game.
Did you
really
get that?
No, I didn't have a PlayStation 4, remember? You're the one who first got one. But then after all the shit that came out, I was excited about it. I said, if I get a PlayStation, I'm gonna buy this. But I didn't get one right at launch. So before I got one, 1886 was already out.
Wait, is it 1886?
18 something, I forgot.
1668. I don't know, I forgot to.
Let me check.
So,
let's see. The Order 1886. The Order 1886. Yeah, I was right. So the Order 1886. Yeah, yeah. You didn't bother with that. I didn't think you were excited about that game, but I like the aesthetic. It was a 4-player co-op. It
looked really good.
Yeah, steampunk, right? It looks really cool.
Really good.
And then it made you play a certain way with friends because your build was basically just like the one dude. Like you can only do one thing, right? That's it. So
co-op, though? I don't remember it being co-op. Is it?
I know it's co-op, right?
I don't think so because it's a short game.
Yeah. See, there's a co-op on the Order 1886. You can play it online with your friends.
Points about was really short.
Yeah, it was really short, but you got the co-op experience. That's because I was coming off of the Borderlands experience, right? So as I was still pretty excited about games like that where it's drop in, drop out co-op, right? And it was fun to do. Like it was fun to do it. You play with people that support you, and you support them based on the roles that you play specifically during a campaign. So I like that. So I was hoping that PS5, a new kind of the Order 1886, or something similar to the steampunk aesthetic, that would make it, redeem itself from its shitty 1880s. It's just a year after. Or 1996.
1901.
Man,
we didn't do so well a couple of years ago.
Man, that would be.
Let's try again.
That would be interesting though if they came out with an 1886. It was Santa Monica Studios, if I remember, but if they came out with another The Order game, I hope it's not as shitty as the one that came out. It's like
they redeemed themselves with God of War, so
it's just it's God of War. But yeah, like
Order.
For me, it's like The Order 1886 and the one from Xbox, Rise of Rome.
No. Ready at Dawn. It's not Santa Monica.
Oh, it's not Santa Monica.
Ready at Dawn.
Yeah. Nobody remembers them. See, I did. I'm not shitting on you guys. That's hard work, of course.
You're giving extra credit to Corey Balrog, who probably has does not want that under his belt. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop talking about that. I'm not gonna go there. I'm gonna go there.
How dare you? How dare you give me?
Jesus Christ. Yeah, so what about you? What are you looking forward to? Like, oh wait. Before, like, the one thing that I hope that shows up.
Yeah.
Bloodborne 2.
So what?
Bloodborne 2.
Bloodborne 2. Interesting. But if they were working on Bloodborne 2, wouldn't they show that instead of the what's that?
Elden Ring?
The partnership between Software and George R.R. Martin?
Elder Ring? Was it Elder Ring? Let me see.
Elden Ring. Whoa. So, yeah, wouldn't they have shown that instead of focusing on this?
Not a PS4 exclusive.
There is Bloodborne 2.
Not a PS4 exclusive. Bloodborne is. Right?
No, I mean, right. But what I'm saying is, wouldn't they show that new IP that now people have lost interest? I'm pretty sure if they showed you Bloodborne 2, you'd still be talking about it now. We'd be talking about it now. There'd be buzz about it, right? Wouldn't that be a smarter approach as opposed to something that people don't even care about now? You don't even remember what it is, right? So you don't even remember the name. Wouldn't that be smarter from Software to give us news of Bloodborne 2 early? Like, yeah, it's coming. As opposed to now, and it's just we're heading into half of the year.
Well, like I said, I'm thinking they're reserving every announcement because remember last year where we were looking forward to a whole lot of announcements from Software. They had like what was it? There was that VR game, Elden Ring, and
I'm sorry, I was thinking like previous announcements.
Yeah, so you had that VR game, you had Elden Ring, and you had that remastered thing with what do you call this? Robots and shit, metal something.
Yeah, and Sekiro before that.
So I think we're all we're all due for another announcement from software. For a PlayStation exclusive, because we don't know all of the exclusives right now.
I think they're going to focus on the things that are coming out early, because, right, if there's no reason to get it, then I'm gonna hold off because it's backward compatible anyway,
True.
right? If I'm a normal consumer, if I'm a regular consumer, right? I only have budget for games and whatnot. If I'm looking at the PS5 and there's nothing really going on with it, I might not necessarily. So I don't, I'm not I'm not trying to say that we are not going to see it, but I think during the announcement it's going to focus on what it has in the immediate future.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Yeah,
Bloodborne 2.
I'm just hoping anyway. I'm just hoping. And if it doesn't come out, no hard feelings.
but but you tweet out, "Damn you!"
Like you have this sad tweet where I just make Bloodborne 2, just Bloodborne 2, please. Just give me something.
Give me a hunter, Jesus. But
Yeah.
how do you think that From Software would change its presentation style with PS5's power,
I don't think that there was
or
much.
next gen's power?
I'm not
Because
into.
you have to admit, right?
I'm not
Because you have to
into.
admit.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that you have to admit, even with the current gen with Xbox and PS4, From Software's presentation isn't all that different from how they started, right? Their motion, how they record motion, or how they create motion, aesthetic. Of course, it got dialed up to 11, but their presentation style hasn't changed all that much. So now that we're looking forward to Bloodborne 2, as a lot of people are, do you think they would change their presentation style?
Given the fact that Sekiro became or was game of the year,
Ooh.
I think they wouldn't change it too much, but that added verticality in terms of playing something like Bloodborne and Dark Souls and then switching over to Sekiro,
Yeah.
I would I would I would go with the cinematic route that Sekiro did. It was very cool. Like
Yeah.
you had crazy camera angles, but never enough to bother your gameplay. Unlike I'm gonna cite an example, which is Final Fantasy VII. They changed the entire gameplay, which what we're used to with a real time battle system and in a turn based kind of deal. That we're used to that kind of presentation in terms of Final Fantasy games, right? And Final Fantasy Crisis Core changed everything that we know about, that kind of battle system. I'm sorry, not Crisis Core, but it started with Kingdom Hearts. Am I right? The first
Kingdom
one.
Hearts, and then they kind of had the Kingdom Hearts Vagrant Story hybrid for 12.
Right. And then it translated to the newest version, which was Final Fantasy 15, right? That was the best. That was the best way to deal with that. But they kind of shit on it in FF7. I don't know the remake. I don't know if you've ever encountered that kind of problem where a camera would just go to a corner and then you wouldn't be able to see where your enemies were. Everything was going a little bit too fast. In for example, the tunnel that you go through to get to Sector 7, right? Or no, yeah, when you're with Aerith, there were parts there where sewers, yeah.
Oh, with the hands. With the
Yeah, with the hands,
robot,
with the robot hands. There were areas there where you had to fight like.
Spoilers.
Oh shit! Yeah, sorry, spoilers. So, when you go through there are areas there with walls that sometimes you back into because of how the enemies are running around. I get it; it's a dynamic way of creating a battle sequence. within that specific area. But sometimes my camera just goes all wonky, and I can't see my opponent, and it's just at the bottom. I don't know if it's my hands or if the lock-on system isn't working as intended. Like the wall would press, like zoom in because you have walls behind you, so it would zoom in, and all I would see is either clouds back or behind the head of Aerith. That sometimes that would happen to me, and it was pretty occasional, but it was bothersome when it did. So you know,
My gripe with the battle system, and I love the battle system, right? Because it allows you to like really strategize who gets the ATB gauge,
yeah,
right? You get to switch every now and then. The only gripe I have about the battle system is something related to what you said, the targeting system. Sometimes I hit folks I am not intending to hit. So, right? So because of the craziness of it, because of the pacing of it, sometimes even if you're intending to hit something, you go for something else,
just
which is
something else.
a little annoying to me because I want to stagger somebody, but I end up hitting something that I might not necessarily benefit from. Like they'd counter and I'd be stunned and whatnot, and I miss the chance to stagger the the enemy that I intended to target.
Yeah,
So
true,
that's
true.
my gripe with it. But all in all, overall, I love this battle system. Remember we had this conversation before when we found out that you can switch from this real-time action to turn-based action, and I told you, "Oh, dude, I'm going all in for the turn-based action because I want to play this the way I played the original."
Hmm.
And I have never tried the turn-based system. I just love this
This new
I
way,
just love
this new
this
version.
ABB,
Yeah.
this new version so much to try the old one.
Maybe we do the old one in one of the playthroughs, like classical
In one of the
gameplay.
playthroughs, sure.
Because I missed the.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the winning, the win, and I like how they were able to. And
Use.
spoilers again, if you haven't played it, I'm giving you a chance to forward it a couple of minutes from now. But yeah, during the Coliseum phase, when you win, you have that with the original winning animation. Ah,
Ah, yeah,
dude,
yeah, yeah. That's
like
true. For both
I
Tifa,
love
F
that
Tifa. No, for
for
Cloud
for
and
Cloud and
Aerith.
Aerith.
Yeah.
Ah, dude, I love that.
You would.
That's just that's whoa, there it is. I was looking for that. There it is.
Yeah. And it's not as annoying now, right? All right. Hold on. Give me like like a couple of seconds here. I'm just gonna go to the bathroom. Hold up.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
How about that? All right. Just for here. I went to the bathroom. I'm putting alcohol in my hand. There you go. There you go. Right. I'm clean. If it was $550 and the launch title was Final Fantasy VII Part 2.
I couldn't. I can't take my head out of that. It's your fault. Oh my god.
And they come out
I thought I
with
had
a
a pretty
controller
weird
for Final Fantasy VII.
Final Fantasy controller with the.
By the way, it's safe
You
to
know,
say.
it sounds up every now and then.
Yeah, goddamn. But it's safe to say that me and Ed are really not necessarily fanboys for PlayStation, but we prefer playing on PlayStation. In terms of consoles, we prefer to play on PlayStation other than more than Xbox or Nintendo, just because I for me it's more substantial to play on this platform as opposed to like playing something like Animal Crossing on the Switch, right? I mean, no offense to people who love those
And
games, you do
I'm not
you.
I'm not trying to shit on Animal Crossing. I think that is an excellent. I've seen a lot of posts from friends and
Mhm.
people I don't even know, right? Posting things about Animal Crossing and how it has helped them through this difficult time. I love a game that can do that, right?
Mm.
And I'm not trying to shit on Animal Crossing, but we just grew up with these games,
Yeah.
like PlayStation exclusives are my jam. Like I couldn't find that quality, that same personal preference or personal feeling towards PlayStation properties with anything
Pokemon
else.
with
Um,
Pokemon.
with with Pokemon, I do love me some Breath of the Wild. I do love me some Nintendo properties, right? But if I have to choose, right, and granted, I don't have the luxury of choosing because I'm broke as heck. So,
And you're
but
getting
I
that,
can get, I can
and
get
you're
a,
getting that PS5 with a
yeah.
part
Don't
two
be
loss.
like me. Let's be financially responsible, right? Don't get the LE edition. Get the normal edition. You don't need the backpack. You don't need the bracelet. You don't need the statue,
You don't need a
right?
bracelet that you're
So
never gonna wear.
I'm never gonna wear a backpack. I'll probably never use. Right, so don't be like me, kids. Be responsible with your finances. So if I have a Switch, right, I can't maintain multiple consoles, right? And Gerard has been trying to get me into PC gaming, for that experience and for that superiority. I just couldn't can maintain like
Platforms. Yeah.
multiple consoles or platforms, right? I would stick to what I have always come to love, right? So I want me something familiar. So yeah, when we're talking about PlayStation 5, we're not trying to say that everything else is irrelevant or everything else is not up to par. It's just, personal, if you get what I'm saying, right? So
Yeah, we grew up with it.
yeah,
We grew up with it,
I grew up
and
with it. Just Jesus Christ.
um,
Metal Gear Solid 1, those games. Oh
Resident
my
Evil
god.
1, Metal Gear Solid 1, Final Fantasy 7 and 8, 9. What else?
Fantasy.
Parasite Eve, Metal Slug, Air Guys,
Mm,
Air Guys. All of the
God,
Tekken,
that's the
all of the Tekken games that came out, except for one. I never played one. 2 and 3, yes.
I never played one.
Um, and what else? Brave
Yeah,
Fencer. For those who don't know, Brave Fencer Musashi was something I
Musashi.
spent a hell of a lot of time on.
Hell yeah.
Vagrant Story,
Vagrant
Suikoden.
Story.
What else? Xenogears. One of things that we played.
Xenogears.
Yeah, a lot of those games.
If you're watching this, Square Enix, if you're watching this, you're not. I know. If you're watching this, Xenogears, please, or Vagrant Story, properties that you can remake.
An HD version for Xenogears would be fine. I will just
Or,
play.
yeah, a modernized version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can turn those small sprites into like a little bit clearer, cell shaded kind of thing, I would still buy it. I would still get it, just because it's Xenogears.
And you can jump. You can jump in Xenogears. Oh my god.
Mm.
You can traverse in Xenogears. I love that.
Mm.
So
I'm not sure if they're gonna be announcing the price, because Xbox hasn't released any information about their price.
haven't released a price. Mm-hmm.
Because
They're gonna be at a disadvantage when they release a price and then Xbox goes something lower. Though I doubt it because of the sheer power of the Series X.
yeah,
I doubt they can go lower than PlayStation. Probably the same amount or
yeah,
higher.
spec wise on paper, it would be nice. It would be great if they came out with the same price. Like if you buy a PS5, this is the price. If you buy the Xbox, it's the same. So it all boils down to where you want to play and basically where all your friends are playing, right? Like
what you enjoy.
I would go PS5. I would go PS5 all the way, because I know most of the people here, most of the people I know, or most of my friends who play on consoles would pick a console that's Asian. It's just Asian. It's Sony, PlayStation. That's it. So that's what I'm picking. I'm not gonna go back to Microsoft. We're not gonna go Microsoft. But the biggest problem I have with Sony is that they're not global. In terms of, I'm a big advocate for this, because I play on PC, right? So most of the games that I buy digital on PC are priced to our market, Philippine market.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because you know how much You know Battlegrounds, right? Player Unknown Battle PUBG.
PUBG.
Yeah, PUBG here in the Philippines is $700, 750 pesos. So that's like what, $15? Um, in Australia, it's twice that amount. So Steam tailor fits the price for each game that comes out in that platform to fit the market where it's in. So I like that. I hope Sony with their PlayStation Store would also do that. I mean, it's gonna be hard, but if they want more people to have access to their games, to all of their games. They brag about how, oh, we're making it more accessible to everybody, but you're not allowing me to use my credit card to pay for anything in your store. You're making me want to go somewhere else to get something to buy from your store. So if there was anything else that I want Sony to do, is that cater to every country, all of us. If Steam could do it, which it's a platform that they use or that I use, it would be a cinch for Sony. Definitely, it would be.
Yeah, I'd like a
right?
local PS account.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
A local PS account.
And they come out. All right, we'll make you a Philippine.
Like I live in Hong Kong.
I'll give you a Philippine account, but you don't get exclusives. All your DLCs. You wait like a month before you get them. And it's been tried and done. Oh man.
Yeah, you have a Philippine PSN account, but your games still go through other Asian countries.
I guess I'm asking for too much. Well, maybe I'm asking for too much because of the way the platform was built. The PlayStation Store isn't similar to something like Steam, where it's maybe highly adjustable to fit wherever country you are, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they wouldn't have to be posing all these restrictions in terms of country codes and DLCs, because every time I open my PlayStation store and looking at the games and I want to try this out, I want to maybe buy this. Oh, great! I can't put my card. Oh, great! I have to buy a little bit. I have to buy a card which costs a little bit more. That money that I can't get back. Great, thanks, Sony. That's it. Like, I don't know, man. It's just that's the only thing that's stopping me from wanting to buy any Sony products at all. Because like you need to have it pre-ordered. You have to have that physical copy. I get it, but it's just different, It's just different when you have it digital. You don't have to worry about storing any medias anywhere. There's no bookcase full of discs, and I just want the.
Exactly what I'm getting for, though.
Yeah. That's different for you.
Exactly what I'm getting for.
I like you're different in terms of collecting these games. Your library is something that you want tangible, and it's that you see every time you come home, like, games. Mm-hmm. You complete my life. Mm-hmm. right that's you, and that's great, but I just don't have the space for that. I have to worry about my dogs, and Kelly already ate one plastic disc case, so I'm not looking forward to her eating a little some more. So I like to keep shit digital. And I know I'm just repeating myself over and over again because I can't stress that enough, that I want to be able to just buy directly from Sony.
I get you. That is the future. I mean, if you're now, at this point in time, it will be right when it becomes all digital, and physical things starts to get eliminated, or there's no need for a physical disc anymore. We are headed in that direction. I feel you. And I believe it when they say that game streaming is the ultimate goal, that will all end up that way.
Yeah, Stadia.
Like Stadia and what's the other one? Google Stadia and
PlayStation Now.
Yeah, those streaming services, right? I believe that it's the future. It's just that this point in time we're not ready. Just like how not all a lot of people are ready to give up physical copies now, right? When we get there, when we
True,
get to the
very true.
discussion of streaming, right, as the primary source of service, there would be people who still prefer digital or downloading digital, right? But to now, to compare it, um, so there are still some folks who do not want to give up physical copies.
Yeah, there's
You know,
something. Yeah,
so
I
I
get
get
that because I really want some games to have like you for example you have a lot of tins, right? Like tin can versions of metal boxes for your games, and that's cool. You know, it's yeah, it's really nice to look at when on the shelves or whatever. Sure, I get that. I have that with Gundams and Gundam model kits and shit. So yeah, I understand what you're saying. But I hope that we don't get to a point where it's all just game streaming. You know what I mean? Because with game streaming, PC gaming will die. It will. Because with game streaming,
Yeah, I get it.
you're restricted to. It's restricted, and you can't pretty much mod anything in the game. You know, like some games would require mods to make quality of life, i.e., Skyrim, Fallout 4, and all those Bethesda stuff games. Bethesda stuff games. But yeah, I mean, we're not gonna get into that discussion now. We'll get into another video where we're talking about game streaming, because that's a very very good topic. It's a huge huge topic that if we talk about it, we have to have like at least 5 liters of
Yeah,
something to drink.
that's why people are not a lot of people are what's this ready for Google Stadia, right? And Stadia is changing their strategy now, right? Because the people are not ready. So it is the future, and you're right, it might kill PC gaming, but not everybody will be willing to head in that direction. And I think this is something that the industry has to make adjustments for, right? Like Stadia was forced to change everything, right? There are some, I think you can download the Stadia stuff for free. I could be wrong. Or maybe I don't understand the technology at all. Because as long as I can pop something in and I get to play, I'm happy. So yeah, but I've seen a lot of people talking about it. That this is it. This is where gaming is going to be a couple of years from now,
Yeah, I
right?
know.
So interesting, but especially for us, right? Especially for me specifically, with crappy internet connection, that's not gonna fly. That is not gonna work, right? So it's just something that the world is not prepared for at this
Yeah,
point in
true,
time.
true. Yeah, we'll get into a whole discussion about that soon. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe after the whole conference thing on June 4th. After we talk about that, then we definitely will be. Um, will be.
The PS5 is game streaming. No.
But has a Final Fantasy VII launch title. Oh, fuck you!
No! Hold up, internet, hold up.
That would be devastating. But yeah.
Support me.
Right. Anyway, so that's
I'll
the
probably hang.
that's the entire that's we've been saying like final word, but we keep going to different topics. But yeah, that's it for the entire conversation we have for Ghost of Tsushima, The Last of Us 2, and the PlayStation 5 conference this coming Friday. So you're probably watching this Monday. It's gonna be like a hell of a cut I don't know. I'm talking to my future self. Hey, you edit this properly, okay?
Hey,
All right, so
hey, me. A couple of days from now.
all right, so we'll see you again. We'll probably have videos up by Saturday as well because Friday is gonna be a big thing. Saturday Manila time.
And we'll have sources ready.
Oh Jesus Christ!
So friends, my plan for this is if we are not able to cover it because of the time restrictions and whatnot, we will be sure to provide you essential reading for you to get caught up with the news, for you to be in the know, things that you need to that you can consider subscribing to as well, right? So you are well informed. Because we want to, the goal of this was we don't just want to talk about it, we want to involve you, right? So
Yeah.
we'll be a lot more prepared, we'll be a lot more involved with how we learn about the industry that we love together. So,
Yeah, true.
yeah.
True. This has been really insightful. But there would be two videos coming your way. The first is this our talks about our expectations in the very first episode of our podcast. But we're gonna get into a whole new video later. We're talking about just purely the remake. That's a subject that we really want to talk. We've been dialing in that in this whole time, but we just want to focus on that on the next video. Well, that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and watch out for the next video. See you soon.
See you soon.